Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Dave, I'm not gonna buy it, Dave. Sorry. And hey, Krypton, a human being here for the thing. Hey, I know it's 45 minutes past my regular start time, but it was a power outage today. Krypton, did you get power out today? Cause yeah, we went to a restaurant because there was nothing to do, and I didn't want to bust out the emergency stuff just to cook food. So I just got back and the power's back. Yeah, yippee, hooray! So that means we get to play some Secret of the Stars today. Figure out where I left off. I believe that we had just crossed the bridge or fixed the bridge, something like that. Something about a bridge. Somebody said something about a bridge. So we're gonna take care of that, and then coolly on with our adventure. Like we gotta go to the town of Wind or something like that. It was honestly a whole weekend. I can't remember what's all about. Not gonna remember everything. Okay. And we got two different explanations from the power company as to what caused it. At first, they're like, we're just doing a regular maintenance thing, so you're going to be out of power for a little bit. We're like, sweet. Both wife and I work from home. Sounds like a great plan. Major Rage, how are ya? Welcome. Welcome. So the power did come back, but yeah, and then when it came back, they're like, oh, there was like a minor glitch in our system or something like that. I was like, okay. I mean, it still cost me like 3 hours of my day. And you made my stream late. That's the worst part. So, but, you know, give horse in the mouth and all that. Power's back, and that's all that matters. Now, as I recall, there was a donjon over here. Any of these guys have no doubles? I guess not. Major Rage, how's it going today? Happy Monday. And what's happening? Let's put this on auto. There we go. There you are, Peter. Oh, no, I have it on the slowest speed. So we're going to have to set it. Here we go. There we are. Those bandits. They do look like the... Is that really the team name, too? Because that's kind of ridiculous. Right? That's like, we're the San Diego Californians. We're like, I got that in the first part of the team name. Speaking of bandits, though, we watched the original Magnificent Seven last night. Kind of on a Western kick right now. I don't know why. I do really like that movie quite a bit. Not as much as Seven Samurai. Obviously, but it's good. It's good. Do you want this vacuum sealing meat haul? Yes! Yes! Vacuum sealing meat. That sounds like a great use of a Monday. Thanks for tuning in to the tune of vacuum sealing meat. I don't know that we got everything in here because I can't remember crap. So we're gonna go check it out. Oh yeah, that's the place. It like dumps you up there. I don't think there's anything up here though. Like not that I know of. I don't know why that's there. Okay, Star Palace. Now, there could be stuff in here that I missed. There's a treasure chest up there, so I did miss some things. Let's get back up there. Texas kicker Kaimi Fairbairn is from Hawaii and one of the best, if not best, kicker in the league. Nice. Nicely done. There's a football game on today in there. I don't usually watch football. I There's a couple sports that I enjoy watching. Women's rugby. Okay, if you have not seen the women's rugby, it's actually like really good. I think we're dead here. No, there we go. Let's put this back on. Women's rugby. I do like watching sports fishing. That's a sport. I'll watch soccer every once in a while. I was watching some of the sumo wrestling recently. I'll watch boxing every once in a while. Stuff like that. I don't know. I was never super into football. Never got into it. I used to play just friendly games of football and stuff like that. A good tennis match. Yeah, tennis can be really impressive to watch. I do like watching the Olympics. Whenever the Olympics is on, I'll watch almost anything that's being shown at the Olympics. Minus like the biking stuff, I think is really boring. I really want to like surfing whenever it's on because like that feels like something I should like to watch, but yeah, it's really boring to watch. DOA beach volleyball. Is your wife listening? Nicely done. Nicely done. Let's see. We'll just auto these things. Yeah, beg your pardon for the low energy today. Like I said, we're out of power, so low energy, get it. But also, yeah, we went to a Mexican restaurant for lunch. It was really good. It was one of those energy sapping meals. So we're at that level. And then last night, we were up late watching the documentary on Netflix for We Are the World for some reason. Highly entertaining. Interesting to see some old faces who are now looking very old, like Springsteen, Lionel Richie, Lionel, Lion O. That's from Thundercats. So yeah, I didn't sleep much last night, but that's okay because today is kind of like a holiday. So yeah, your diamond phone has to be destroyed by a million dying suns. Yeah, she just hops into the stream, look at your old comments. You're like, what the? You think you know somebody? You know what? On auto, they don't concentrate their attacks on one person. On one character. They split them up. That's not the coolest. Just warm-blooded. Well, who isn't, right? You know? I mean, yeah. A good DOA reference, though. All right. So, we'll do that. I'm going to have our ninja heal up, and then we'll have our priest guy freeze. You want to freeze this dragon over here. Freeze him. There you got it. Frozen. Done. Dead. Oh, I thought that was going to kill him. Actually, and then it didn't. So, it was the opposite of what I thought was going to happen. Should be. It'll be fine. There you go. See? Easy peasy. David reached level 13. 13. Hey, I was playing Metroid Prime 4 this morning. What did any of you play Metroid Prime 4 yet? If so, what'd you think? I'm not that far in, so no spoilers if you please. It's okay. It's all right. I don't know. Like a part of me feels like the format is really outdated. But it's still fun. You know, so there's that. I don't want to fight ghosts. I don't like ghosts. There we go, attaboy. This just got a big whiff of Breath of Fire right now. This encounter rate kind of reminds me. Puts me in mind of Breath of Fire 1. Speaking of auto battle, or like how the Dragon Quest HD 2D auto battles work. To a more effective ability to use. Oh, so they do change up their abilities. It's not just like auto attack is only attacking. So that's pretty cool. That's useful. On this one, I did notice that with auto attack, they'll heal each other, which is nice. Because sometimes you might need that. You know, you might need that sweet heals. Ba -ba 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 -ba. I still gotta play that Dragon Quest HD 2D. I don't know when. I really don't know when. There's just too many. There's too many things. How's it going, James? Have we found the secret yet? The secret is I'm a little bit naive. But other than that, I'm good. How are you? Thanks for popping in today. Sorry for the late start on the stream. But, whew. Oh man, that Mexican food. It was so good. The frijoles. No, why are you attacking him out of order? Hit the one furthest to the left. That should be the plan. Oh, I'm glad you're doing good. Notice it in slime metal farming. Typical has combat something change something else mid battle. That's cool. There's a little bit of extra tacticity. I'm gonna go over here and get this. How are we doing on that life? Well, we could do this a little more. Wow. Oh, nice. Sharp hit. I was thinking, is this the first RPG with a party switch mechanic? Is the game... So, like, first of all time, I seriously doubt there are a lot of RPGs before this. The first on the Super Nintendo, maybe the only on the Super Nintendo. Did any of the Final Fantasies on this allow you to switch to a different party at any time? I think so. For like on Final Fantasy VI, when you're doing those Moogle mazes, I think you could swap to a different party on those. And that was 94, I think, and this is 95. The names of these party members, very Old Testament. If written by a Japanese guy, David, Ben, Ryu. You could tell Ryu is a ninja too, because only ninjas are named Ryu. Ninjas and Street Fighters, that's it. And we were talking about that too, that like it is a little weird to play an RPG and they just have like normal names, you know? Because the setting is decently far removed. No, I didn't have a swap command, and that was only in a specific context, right? So like just that sequence. As far as like throughout the whole game, I can't think of one. Yeah, I can't think of a game in which you had the option to swap between parties at any time. Kind of going back and thinking through everything. You'd think one of the CRPGs would have had that, but I don't know. Yeah, super limited. Super limited. It's not a very big part of that game. Very a dull vibe from Ease. Oh, with the shoulder pads? I think that's David. Ryu is like he's got like a sleeveless thing going on. Hey, thanks for the Black Mage Redemption. Vil. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. How are you? Hey, how are you? See, that's Ryu right there. That's Ben. That's Ryu. That's David. David's definitely got like that like 80s like 80s early 90s space shoulder pad thing going on. Like Fantasy Star type stuff. At least that's what it looks like to me. I'm doing great today. Thanks very much. We just started, really. Power was out today, so we're having a late start, but that's okay. We're just gonna take it easy. Everybody's kind of off today, so I don't have to rush out at 3 o'clock. So we're just gonna see how much Secret of the Stars we can get in on one day. Should be good. Should be good. What? Dead end? I never trust a dead end. Because you never know. All water in dungeons should heal you when you talk to it. That's what I think. Music's not too bad. Like, I think this battle theme is better than the other party's battle theme. Yeah, we're still just looking for any kind of treasures, stuff like that. Even sewer water. Hey, don't knock it till you try it, bro. That's all I got now. I not sewer water. Like clean spring fresh water. I would fire the guy who made this dungeon, who places that many torches in such a claustrophobic hallway. I know. Oh, seriously. Oh, here we go. The treasure trove. Okay, so we got iridium, and now we have ultrium. Next is miscellaneum. And then undefinium. We got barrier. I actually don't know what that does. And we got 1,000 gold to add to our staggering 8.9 million gold. I've been grinding basically the entire weekend. No, there was a glitch that occurred, and gave me like a ton of money. So that's the way to go. That's, you see, stuff like that. Like a little, like you take one step and then you're like, ooh, you know. Hey, thank you. I will take that Gazoon height. I will take that Gazoon height. I appreciate it. There we go. I actually don't know if there's something else in this dungeon that I need to get. So, might just warp out. I don't know. Sure, David, of that. Boing. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I do feel blessed today. I feel pretty good today. It's a good day. You know, you gotta focus on the positives in life, right? There you go. Now, Krypton, are you ready for this weekend? Because maybe some weather this weekend. Stay safe, yeah? Big Joe, what do you know? FF2 ambush rooms. It's a pretty obnoxious encounter rate, yeah. Did I go up this way already? I did not. Oh, all that for an aspirin. Who puts a single treasure chest at the end of a hallway with one aspirin in it? That's just messed up. Healing Springs things. All Mother 3, I've never played it. I really would like to. Have not played it. Sadists do that? That's messed up. Maybe they weren't doing it to be mean-spirited or anything. Maybe they were just like, well, what if they have a headache? They're like 3 floors down. I do need to play. I appreciate that. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, and they're like, it might be icy. I'm like, do not go on the roads. Everybody's going to be doing donuts and not the delicious kind. Whoa, was that? Oh, no, I misread that. Meow. So, Vel, Mother 3. Have you played Earthbound Beginnings, a.k.a. Mother 1? I have not. I played it. But I didn't get very far. I do love me some Earthbound, though. It's too bad Mr. Temper's not here to be like, oh boy, here's our Earthbound reference. One of the many reasons Mother 3 won't come out in the West. Oh, yeah. I have played Earthbound, yeah. We've not played it as part of this series yet, streaming through every Super Nintendo RPG. Thank you very much. But I've played through that game several times since childhood. Really adore it. And yeah, looking forward to eventually sharing that adventure on stream. I've played maybe an hour or two of Mother 1 and was just like, I don't think I'm having fun. So I turned it off. I'd like to beat it eventually. Yeah, NES RPGs could be on the rough side for sure. I still personally I cannot get through the entirety of FF1 NES. I do not have that game memorized. I didn't grow up playing it. I don't know all the tricks and stuff like that to that game. Every time I play it, I get stun locked and then it's a game over for me, man. I don't want to fight you guys. Okay, so I'm guessing that was everything in this dungeon. How's it going, Aegis? Bad has gone the way of the dinosaur, and that's too bad. Too bad. How's it going, Aegis? Mother 3 will never make it. Yes. Yeah, oh no, we're full. Well, yeah, we'll give up on antidote. Yeah, I tend to think that it wouldn't work over here. Now, every game that comes out over here these days is met with some kind of controversy. Particularly if you pay any attention to on the socials. The secret tech, play 3 fighters and a red mage, easy street party. So I think when I did finally beat it, and it was the Pixel Remasters version, I did the fighter, white mage, black mage, red mage, because I like mages. 2026 started with the new goals. I love it. Love to hear it. That's what everybody needs to do is get it going, get the ball rolling. Do the thing. Yeah, I've been doing the thing. I started taking notes on games for Volume 2. Actually, talking about NES RPGs. The book idea for the definitive book of SNES RPGs Volume 1 started off as an NES project. And I realized I don't really like NES RPGs that much. There are a few that I really love on there. More so the action RPGs on NES rather than the turn-based. But I really love Dragon Warrior. I think Dragon Warrior is almost infinitely more playable than Final Fantasy 1. Like if you were to take Final Fantasy 1 and Dragon Warrior on NES and try and guess which one would become the dominant cash cow, I would have guessed Dragon Warrior and not Final Fantasy. But it's not like Dragon Warrior is unsuccessful or anything, obviously. Alright, let's get the heck out of here. So... Like, Scoob! I think we just dropped the thing. I think OBS just dropped the stream. Oh, it's not Twitch. Don't worry about it. It's the internets on this end. We did lose power earlier today, so if that happens again, then yeah. Let's see. I'd say Pixel Remaster or GBA PSP FF1. Much cleaner experience. I did play... So previous to Pixel Remaster, I'd played the GBA version and I'd played the PS1 version. Still hadn't beat either of those. The PS1 version is the one that I'd played the most. But Pixel Remaster was just... It was a breeze. It was really a breeze. Let's see. This is a classic part, especially in original 3. Is Brain Off? Oh, for sure. I'm sure it is. I mean, next, if I ever try and beat the NES version of FF1, I'll keep that in mind. Did a no White Mage run? Oh, you know what I did on Pixel Remaster? I didn't do Fighter, Black Mage, White Mage, Red Mage. I did 4 Red Mages. Because I forgot I streamed that game, and that was what everybody wanted, was 4 Red Mages. So that's what we did. We did that. I think I was reading your comment, yeah. Refreshing my YouTube on Samsung Dex, LOL. Yeah. It was a fun thing, and I remember that one specifically. I think there's still a clip saved on Twitch for this. But I was fighting Chaos, and he had killed all my other red mages except for one guy, and the one guy finished Chaos off at critical health. It was such a clincher victory. Really loved it. Kaha House. The more OP it is. See, this ought to be the general kind of motif anyway, right? Bring mustache. Oh yes, this guy wants you to take a moustache from a monster of some kind. There's a big forest. Sidon is there. Please. Okay, let's whip it a swap to our other party here. And oh, they're at full. They're at full anyway, so I don't need to worry about it. But you know what? Pixel Remaster, playing through those. I played through all of them except for 6 because I had just played 6 recently. I came to really enjoy Final Fantasy 2. Not 4, 2. I think Pixel Remaster is smooth enough to where you don't have to stand in a battle and punch yourself in the face. I just played it normally. I didn't do any grinding or anything like that, barely. And it was a smooth RPG. I appreciated that it had a story and characters. But then when I got to Final Fantasy 3, not 6, Final Fantasy 3 Pixel Remaster, I was like, okay. And that was one that I did not enjoy. I think Final Fantasy 3 in particular is a little on the mean-spirited side. Everybody pick on Tina. Okay. Oh no, he got ill. Oh, he can't use magic when he's ill? Well, it's not that bad. He does look very red mage-ish. Yeah. Yeah, that game, I don't know, like that would be a game I would play on like a really slow year where I didn't have anything else to play. It looks just kind of like it exists. I don't know. But it doesn't look bad. It looks okay. A solo red mage run on the GBA version until class change in min-max because Red Wizard didn't get any major stat ups. Oh. Red Wizard, I like when their heads get smaller. This you can tell it's an upgrade. Yeah, I like FF2. I mean, some people will be like FF2 is the worst Final Fantasy. I'm like, I don't think so. I think Final Fantasy 3 is the worst Final Fantasy. And I get that it has like a prototypical job system in it where like interchangeable jobs, but like there's almost no point to ever change jobs in that until you get like one that's really specific to a situation. But there's like pretty much like clear, obvious choices throughout that whole game. Not to mention the final dungeon is dull, and the story is pretty dull on that one too. Yeah, it's not great. Remove content in most of them compared to previous released versions. What did they remove? Do you know? So like of the Pixel remasters, I really only had the best working knowledge of 4. So playing through that one, I didn't detect anything that was like missing. But they've definitely been smoothed out, like to the point to where it's like, okay, you know, this is pretty smoothie. Smooth operator, smooth pixel remaster. When 8, 13, and 16 exist. Well, yeah. I mean, if I'm being perfectly honest, I do think that that 3 is worse than 8, 13, and 16. 16, I've not played it. A lot of people are like, it's not even a Final Fantasy. I was like, I don't have any fight in that. I don't have any dog in that fight. I'll make fun of that game every once in a while. People will be like, what? You guys are such idiots. So, like, you guys. I just made a meme. Like, lay off. All the PRs have less bonus content compared to previous. Oh. Yeah. So they took over the, or they took out, like, the bonus stuff that they've added on over time, right? So you're just getting, like, a remaster of the original version of the game, right? But yeah, there's like none of the stuff that they built up over time. I get it. Fox Mulder, how's it going? Fox Mulder, cannot agree with that. Say FFX2 is the worst. Well, that game is pretty cringy. I feel like X2 is a lot more fun to play than 3, but it's pretty cringy the whole time. We watched for charity. We watched through Final Fantasy X's cutscenes. And then Final Fantasy X-2, and I almost died on X-2. I was like, this is pretty bad. Sold better than anything I've ever made. Well, yeah, no. There's that. It's okay to have opinions, not based on sales figures. That's fine. You are also seeking Sidon. The forest is vast, so you better take Rat Tail. However, what is it that is so fun about chasing around that kind of monster? Do I have Rat Tail? I do have Rat Tail. I don't have something to lift this disease. So, illness. So what I'm going to do is we're going to... Oh, we can't use fly by. So... Oh, we've got Telepo, though. Yeah, I'll use this. I'm going to go to Old Hill. Yeah, 10-2, yeah. Like, the job system is pretty cool. The dress spheres. Like, it would be fun to play that exact game with everything else changed about it. Everything else changed about it. Let's see. We need to go to a hospital. Oh, that's the laboratory. I don't know if there's going to be a hospital here, actually, because I did just invite the doctor, but we have the illness. Oh, here we go. Doctor. Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. Okay, I think we're good. All right. Let's get the heck out of here. Lady, hello, nurse. Beautiful hospital. I dreamed of working in a hospital like this. Oh, yeah, and this person wanted a doctor. Now I can rest easy since the doctor's with us. How nice. Keep it moving, toots. There we go. Yeah, pretty much that. Yeah, it's a fun game to play, but yeah. It's one of those, like, I play it for the articles kind of thing. I have a few people who will reduce an entire game just down to gameplay. And so they'll be like, oh, that game's amazing. I was like, what do you do, like, turn your brain off every time somebody opens their friggin' mouth? Because it's kind of what you got to do for that game. One thing I think bugs me on a personal level, like, I don't think this is objectively bad, but I don't like the missions approach in 10-2. I would have liked a more standard kind of direction through that game, but that's all right. About to half done with the bingo card. Red Dings is on it. I need to add 90s tunes reference. Oh, Red Sings. I was like, Red Dings. All right. Red Dings. I will take it, though. Red Sings. Yes. I can't help it. I just got the music in me. 90s cartoon references. I would take it. Every once in a while, we've gotten older. Like, we might have like a Looney Tunes reference in there, or in the 80s, but mostly sitting comfortably in the 90s. If two is like a moped, fun to ride until everyone sees you. And look at that guy. He couldn't get a motorbike or what? Yep, that's what Pig King sounds like. Fox Mulder 24. What is your favorite Final Fantasy? We know you're not a fan of 10-2. I would still personally put 3 below 10-2. But if it's a cringe contest, 10-2 takes the cake. That is, and there's some cringe Final Fantasy moments, but that game takes the cake. You love 3? Now I'm not talking about 6, right? 3, Final Fantasy 3. I couldn't stand it. Now I haven't played the DS version, so maybe that kind of sweetens the deal or something. But oh, you're talking about 6? Yeah, 6 is fantastic. Eek the Cat. I was just referencing Eek the Cat the other day. I feel like I was talking to a friend of mine who's about 10 years younger, and I asked him if he'd ever seen Eek the Cat. I wasn't sure. 8 is the personal favorite. Oh, there's that smug little T-Rex face. So what do you like about 8 so much? I have a theory that 8 only really works for the player if they can identify with Squall. Otherwise, it's a harder pill to swallow to get through that one. I don't particularly identify with Squall. I do like Laguna though. Sometimes when I play through 8, I'm like, I wish the whole game was about Laguna. And then you did like a flashback to the thing. Oh, you do love 3. Okay. Pameo Renzokuken. Renzokuken. I don't know, something like that. I tried. Yo, these one-step battles are driving me nuts. This is that guy, right? Yeah, Kaja's house. Yeah, we gotta get through this forest way down here. On the topic of FFX2, I actually really love Final Fantasy X. I really do. Some people hate that one. I do. I love Final Fantasy X. And we got a little maze here, huh? But the jump from 10 to 10-2 is, I think that's the cutoff for me with like Square to Square Enix. Like, I get they're in production, and there's some overlap there. It's not a clean cut. But to me, 10-2 seems like a Square Enix game, and 10 still seems like a Square Soft game. All right, so this way. I totally went the wrong way. Come on now. No? Oh, this is not fun. I'm back to the start. So, okay. It's kind of hard to see directions and stuff like that in here. See, like I totally did not see this was down here. Landmine, how's it going? Don't step on him. Let's see. You're pretty good. Now, is it pretty good actually, or actually pretty good? I do like, we were talking about it earlier. I do like the gameplay in 10-2. I think nothing about the characters or story is good at all. It does have some good music in there when Yuna's not singing. Not a fan of pop, let me tell you. Not a fan of the girly pop for the girly who saved the land from sin. Enjoyed 8 for some of the characters. Music was great. Graphics were good. Story, yeah, stories. I think 8's story falls apart towards the end, for sure. Like when you're like, nah, they might all be siblings, and you're like, oh no. Let's see. Junction system no is near as complicated as made out to be. See, and this is something that I wish the Final Fantasy community could discuss, like grown adults, because every time anybody mentions the junction system, I feel like there's no way to push the conversation past. It's not bad because it's complicated. It's bad because it's spammy. That's my take on the junction system. Is it's not like all that stuff, like there's no reason to use magic. All that stuff, it just kind of takes away from actually playing the game. That's my take on the junction system. I don't think it's complicated at all. I have met some people who have criticized it for being overly complicated. I mean, maybe for them. For me, that wasn't the case. I think it's just boring as a system. Obviously, that doesn't take away from you liking it. We're just sharing opinions today. A better version of Cloud is really funny, though. I think that's pretty funny. I will say, I think that Squall is one of the more fleshed out protagonists in Final Fantasy, simply because we get to see his inner monologue. Whether you like or identify with that inner monologue, I think will be really crucial to whether that game works or not for the player. I feel like Squall is the hinge on which Final Fantasy VIII swings. Were it a door, but it's not a door. You know, that's just the... Let's see. Story still sucks, but at least you get Pokemon. See, I thought you were talking about... What's that one Final Fantasy? World of Final Fantasy. X3? No, he already stepped on a grenade or something. He's not coming back. No, I know. Yeah, I know Landmine for sure. It was definitely developed by Squaresoft. But that, like I said, is not a clean cutoff. But looking at those two games and the tonal shift, that's where I like to see the difference. Like 7 is where it started to slide downhill, and X is where I was like, okay, this kind of just sucks. Like Mario felt like a forced shoe-in. The whole game felt off. I would. So I think like with Squall, Tidus is a character that game. He's the hinge. A lot of people don't like Tidus. I don't like Tidus, but I do like 10. I think 10 is a really special game to me. For a couple of reasons that are intensely personal. One of them, I was playing through it with my wife, and she so identified with Yuna that she cried for Yuna's arc, which I was like, oh, that's pretty great. And then there being a strong Pacific cultural influence on 10 is super unique. Because we typically get, the steampunk, the sci-fi, or the medieval stuff in RPGs, but that one was pretty different. Much resources you then didn't want to spend, use for passively boost them. Other spells. Are we talking about Junction? Yeah, the orphanage scene. Yeah. Enemies leveling with a player. Yeah, it's got that level scaling. Is it? What other Final Fantasies have level scaling? Let's see. Let me see. I like Tidus. I will defend Tidus. Don't believe Ondor's lies. That's all I got to tell you. Chance, how's it going? How are you? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I think 12. I usually say 12 was the last good. I don't think 12 is great. I think 12 is pretty good. 13 is not great. 14, a lot of people don't count that as a mainline one. I think A Realm Reborn is some of the worst Final Fantasy I've ever played. Like, hey, wouldn't you want to play 50 hours of fetching mushrooms for a guy for a side quest so he can give you world building? And like, no. I want to actually play a whole RPG in that time. Let's see. See, I liked the world characters of X more, which, don't get me wrong, is amazing, but that's not what I'm playing a video game for. You're not playing a video game for world or characters? Do you typically like disregard or dismiss characters and world building in RPGs? I know a lot of people are like, oh, I play it for story. I don't. I look at the whole thing holistically, or I try to. So it's a sum of all of its parts. Let's see. I think they should bring back the conditional turn-based system. I think that would be cool. FF Tactics also uses level scaling. Oh, yeah. What else? So, 8 and Tactics? Chrono Cross does have a Pacific Islander vibe. It certainly does. Not a game I'd count as a Final Fantasy, but it absolutely does. Let's see. The amazing world building in Secret of the Stars? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I can't. My contract forbids me from commenting on 7R and Rebirth. So, I'll just say I haven't played Rebirth yet. Not in a huge rush. It's just there are aspects of the experience I don't want them to be the focus of the experience. So what do we go to a book or movie for? Oh, I got it. Yeah. So for you, those things are secondary or maybe in tertiary, below gameplay for sure. And then what would you say, like visuals, audio above that? Bam. Sidon, there he is. That's a cool sprite, actually. That's not too bad. Yeah, and two, like, I don't count Chrono Cross as a Final Fantasy, despite the fact that I count Chrono Trigger as a Final Fantasy, in the same way that I count the first Mana game as a Final Fantasy. FF Adventure, aka Seiken Densetsu, Final Fantasy Gaiden. But I don't count, like, Secret of Mana as a Final Fantasy. This is how spin-offs generally work, right? Okay, here we go. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into here. We're gonna slow this sucker down. Coma? Broken cast coma. Alright, so we've got fast and we've got slow. I guess we'll work on slow here. It really is not a huge amount of difference though. I feel like I've casted slow like 5 times and you don't really get that much of a difference here, but that's okay. This is already my 3rd time casting it. So while there's the Mana games, FF both have Moogles. Yeah, FF5 Yeah, I mean, even the first Final Fantasy didn't have Chocobos. They had to go back and put that stuff in there. Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy Gaiden had a Red Mage in it, straight up. Secondary for me, visuals basically bottom. Enjoy text and numbers, more like not looking for a world to get lost in or characters to associate as my primary goal for playing a game. It's the main focus of the experience. It detracts from my experience for me usually. That's interesting, yeah. I've definitely met folk like that. Yeah, I've met folk who have put story first. Like I said, for me, I think the whole experience together, I try and weight things equally. I'm definitely a gameplay first kind of, like, I don't want to play a movie. That's my big thing. Like, I don't want to play a game where I have to sit 20, 25, 30 minutes through a cutscene, you know? Like, I actually want to play the game. But I try and weight everything equally. Let's see. I can appreciate any game where the strengths of it outweigh its weaknesses. 10 is good to me because the characters are better than story and gameplay mechanics. Yeah, I like Gambit's okay. I think it's about time that I revisited that game. Honestly, it's been a decent chunk of change. It's been some time. Oh no, he's blowing fire. All right, time to get serious. So this was actually an approach that we used for my website we tried to come up with a grading system. And I get even to at base, some people aren't comfortable with grading or scoring systems, period. But we tried to come up with a grading system that would weight elements in a game equally, so that no matter who reviewed it, you might have somebody who's primarily about graphics, or somebody who's primarily about story, or somebody who's primarily about gameplay, so that they couldn't sort of over balance the review based on preference for one thing. And I think it worked out. It was okay. Sometimes I would butt heads with that system for various reasons. One tricky bit is some games don't have certain elements to grade, right? Like you could there might be some games that don't have graphics. Like you'd play like a text adventure or something like that, some games really don't have story. Like you're reviewing Tetris or something like that. And so in those instances, you got to get creative. But we tried. Imp Black Belt, how's it going? How are you? Enjoying that book? I think everybody got their books on the same day. I think. So glad to see it. I will be doing another giveaway possibly next week, I think, so look forward to that. It'll just be one item this time, but it'll be cool. It'll be cool, I promise you that. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's see. Okay, let me catch up here. It's that dragon from Dragon Ball. Make a wish! And then break his wishbone. Oh! Gameplay is more important than I wanted a good cinematic thing if I watch a movie. For sure. Well, let's refine this thought too of like gameplay being primary, right? For like the bulk of my streaming experience, I've been playing Super Nintendo RPGs. In which case, all of this talk that we've mentioned of sitting through long cinematics that are movie-esque don't really apply, right? So like in a game like this, I would try and weight everything equally because most of it's going to be gameplay. You're sitting through a little bit of dialogue. Even like really like story-heavy Super Nintendo RPGs, like Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy, there's dialogue more so than this, but it's still not super long. But I think that's generally why people like retro RPGs so much, is there's less of a tendency towards trying to be cinematic. Slow is more OP for Tina to use for several turns than attack. Okay. No, I don't know. We'll figure it out. You just have to suffer through watching me fuddle through this game. This is me flailing. I felt like a completely soulless, unfun reimagining of GOT or something, a bit of walking. Yeah. I've not played 16. 16 looked to me like the ultimate, like, hey, we have to try to appeal to the Western audience as much as possible in order to sell stuff. And I don't know. It was unfortunate too, because I remember when they first announced 16, I was pretty excited. I didn't like 15 that much, but I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Like 16 looks cool. There we go, won the battle. And then every time Yoshi P said something, I felt a little less excited. Like when he was like, the one that broke the back, we got his mustache, his moustache. The one that broke my back was when he was like, Yoshi P was like, it's the end of the world. It's unrealistic to, have people playing mini games during the end of the world. And I was like, yeah, it's unrealistic, but the game is called Final Fantasy. It's not called Final Realism or Final Reality, Final Mundaneness. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Yeah, fun, straight to the point. So like in a contextual, because that was how we graded games too, right? Is you have to grade them within their context. So Secret of the Stars, I wouldn't compare to like a PS2 RPG because it couldn't be a PS2 RPG. It was a Super Nintendo RPG. So then talking about it in its context, I think it's easier to weight all of those different elements equally, in my mind, on this system in particular, because yeah, Like, I remember trying to make this point once, and people thought I was saying that graphics are the most important things about games when I was not. But it was like, video is an integral part of what video games are, right? So it's not like graphics are unimportant. They're just part of the holistic whole. They're part of the entire thing. You couldn't play the game without graphics. You could play the game without story. I don't think you could play the game without gameplay. That's the game part of video game, right? But it's pretty integral, I'd say. So it's interesting to hear how people will personally weight certain things. I like saying that. I just realized I like saying weighting certain things for terms of preference, I guess. Mustache. And I know I've seen people argue about that on online as well, whether something flopped, whether something didn't flop. I got tired of arguing about it on socials, so I stopped. Mostly I just kind of ignore Final Fantasy at this point. The series to me has gone in unrecognizable territory. I don't even like Devil May Cry that much, so maybe I'll get around to playing it someday. I do have a PS5 now, but I'm not in a rush. I haven't even seen Game of Thrones. That's how far behind I am on on all this sort of thing. Hey-o. Okay, we made it. No, yeah, we gotta give the mustache to the guy. Pig King. I'm gonna get past the Pig Kings. No, it's almost there. Oh, those are not fireflies. Have you ever seen a firefly? Oh, I stand corrected. It blew fire. Video games were better when we got bullied for playing them. That's hilarious. It also is a reminder of how different my childhood was from a lot of people. I was not significantly bullied as a kid. You don't bully a Polynesian. You just don't. Yeah, people looked at me and they're like, I don't think so. I play the demo. Good age to play the full game. Same experience. That is a shame. We'll see what they do with 17 unnamed FF. Wait, did they announce that they're dropping the numbers in the titles to avoid confusion? You guys tend to be a bit large. You could say that. Yeah, you could say that. We tend to be on the larger side. It's true. Yeah, so I didn't get bullied too much as a kid. Beamstock, how are ya? I think I got verbally harassed every once in a while. Definitely faced some racism as a kid, being a mixed entity, but in terms of like, hey, give me all your lunch money or I'll beat you up, I never got that. Never did. Good, finally I can change me back to normal. Please step back just. Kaja swings around mustache. Sweet. I can see he's using it as a unibrow. Thank you. Finally I'm back to normal. This is for you. We got 2,000 gold. Utterly worthless to us. Go through this cave and head south. A town called Bonsley is there. Gyarados, whom you seek, is there. Good luck. Whenever you're in trouble, come to me. Good luck. Okay. They said that months ago. I mean, yeah, and again, you got to remember, like I just said, I don't follow Final Fantasy at all. I checked out. I mostly just ignore it. So that's news to me, because I do not go out of my way to look for Final Fantasy stuff. I actively avoid Final Fantasy stuff, you could say. So I hadn't heard that they announced that they're dropping the numbers. Why? So they can name it something brilliant like Final Fantasy Nova Super Crystallis X2 hyphen HD Remix, semicolon? I don't think so. He trampled the Custera. He did. Yeah, it's funny too that it seems like there has been a kind of pendulum swing, because I think like 3 years ago, if you remotely suggested that Final Fantasy was not doing so well, or that these games were flopping, that they would crucify you. But now we've got, you know, folks like Final Fantasy Union talking about, you know, how they're going to save Final Fantasy and stuff like that. So it feels like things have kind of shifted away from, no, this series is perfect as is and you guys are all just haters, to a little more honest critique, which is nice. Starring Giga Chungus. Starring Giga Chungus. Well, okay. You know how you say Giga Chungus in Hawaiian? Actually, I have no idea. My bullying statement is more in line with video games. Oh, yeah, for sure. I know a lot of people, though, their stories are like, hey, I got bullied as a kid, so I get it. I do remember Princess Toadstool, where she was named Peach. Squeenix says a lot of things. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Who knows? The quest for the magical mustache. Yeah, we did just beat Sidon, and we got the mustache. So we are on the way. I wish they'd said like dragon whiskers or something like that, but like mustache, come on. And they put a U in that thing, or an O in that word, so it was a little silly because mustache doesn't have an O in it, right? Or did I just gaslight myself into thinking it did? Oh, there's snow over there. All of a sudden, the map like opened up where there's vast fields for us to walk across. Vast fields. Not exactly sure where to go, so we're just aimlessly walking around until we find something. Voila! Is this the town of Bonsley? It is not. This guy.
A horrible ancient monster is sleeping in his cove. A great doctor named Ish or Ash or something like that hasn't been here. I hear that great fuel can be made from that monster's body. I wonder, though, what will it take to wake up the monster? Shall we call upon the power of the 2 stones that are said to be in the sea?
What is this guy talking about? I have no idea what he's talking about. But that's okay, because he was lovable. An old hermit. He was talking about something important. Oh, did you get automodded? See, somebody knows. Somebody knows the Sidon and the tire reference. Is there a map? I don't know. Ranting old man. Absolutely. Absolutely was. No idea what he was talking about. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. I could smell that was a dead end. I could smell that dead end getting off the elevator. Okay, so we gotta try the east side. Now, what's the item for recovering illness on this? Let me see here. My internet works. Oh, it's an aspirin. Duh. Here, we got aspirins. So, if I need to, let me go ahead and get rid of that. Oh, we're not carrying a whole lot. There is an aspirin, though. Okay, let's see if we can't find Bonsley. I guess they couldn't fit headache in there. They're just like, oh no, he has the illness. He can't use magic. Give him an aspirin. Too bad they didn't translate that as Flintstone vitamin. Does anyone see Rockstar had an explosion? What? I did not see that. That's like borderline unbelievable. Are you kidding me? Third strongest mole, how's it going? It's going okay. Alpine Shrine. We are on our way to the town of Bonsley. Or Bonsley, I don't know. Yeah, that's how you could tell. Oh, we got a little thing for David and his partay. Gold Dog. No, y'all could have hit the same creature. Definitely an underutilized system here. We're gonna go see what's on the other side of that thing. So, what this explosion at their office though? Like, what exploded? Is everybody all right? Are there any injuries? I mean, God forbid there were any fatalities. That would be horrible. I wouldn't think that a video game development studio would just blow up. Oh, boiler room. That's horrible. Was there anything over here? Oh, hello. Hello, town. Is this Bonsley? It is. So I waltzed right past it.
This is Bonsley.
I can see that. What do you got here? What is... That's weird. Welcome to my shop. Let me... Okay. Calm herb. What does this do? Remedy for mute dazed condition. Is it mute or dazed? Which one? Pick a lane. What are we doing in there? Their inventory is pretty full. So we can go ahead and sell off a few things. It's the hammer. Derby. We got the iridium and the ultrium. So we're doing pretty good. I think we're hanging on in there. It is covered in snow. This is a good observation. Yeah, I'm just curious as to like what... Like, to me, that looks like a warp tile that sends you inside the building. But, yeah, these look like really tiny buildings as well. I'm not seeing it. So, hence the confusion. Let's see. Take damage walking on ice. You do, yeah, because it's cold. But I guess not in the town, because it's not as cold. This is like warmer snow. We could buy whatever we want. Is that what was going on? You were digging into heavy snow to enter the building? It makes like a weird like switch noise. Okay, we got fur coats. We got leather armor, angle hats, long boots. All kinds of cool stuff. Let me see about these items. Let's see. Equipment. Okay, so fur coats. Oh, is this not an... Oh, here we go. I'm not gonna be able to tell. I guess I'll just buy stuff, and then whatever we don't need to use, we're not gonna use. Au revoir, au revoir. I'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by and stopping by and stopping in today, Krypton. Take care. Good golly, Miss Molly, how's it going? Oh, we get so much cash. So we bribed the guards. This was one stream ago, I think. We bribed the guards and then it glitched. This might have been 2 streams ago. So now we've got a bazillion dollars. So yeah, it's a good time. Buy 3 of these. Buy 3 of these. Oh, and it's full up. But that's okay, because we're gonna get ready to rumble. That's a decent increase. Yeah, that's like 7 defense bonus right there. Okay, here he's got an angle hat. Bendu. So then I need to buy 1 more angle hat for Mr. David. Whoops. This is actual RPG gameplay right here. This is the real deal. Okay. And then we're going to buy 1 more. All right, I guess we're back. Welcome back, everybody. Intermittent disconnecting. It's a shame we have to bid goodbye to our chainmail, MALE, but alas. There we go. Oops. Oh, I don't think I equipped the angle hat. Let's see what else you got. Oh, yeah, and there's fur coat, too. Oh, and now fur coat is going to be... reduces snowstorm damage. Okay. Somebody, I think it was Landmine, mentioned that the loincloth absorbs fire or reduces fire damage, something like that. Well, I'm tempted to go back and try the fire enemy again with that. There we go. Angle hat. Boom. There we go. Okay. Okay, now I see. So, got it. They're buried in snow up to the roof angle. See, so my brain was like, oh, that's a wall. But now I'm seeing it's obviously the roof. As soon as I saw this house, I was like, I got it. It is buried up to the roof in snow. The grown-ups won't come out because of the cold. Only the kids and dogs. And for some reason, though, you can step on a switch and it teleports you inside. Maybe there's like a tunnel through the snow. This was a prosperous mining town. And that's it. That's all you get. So would fur coat be helpful for fighting the mermaid? The other lines were bread, 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 and bread. Lore. Yes. The enchanted... Look at that face. The enchanted fur coat. Let's see what else we got here.
How nice to have snow every day.
How nice when you actually find stuff in the friggin' cupboards. Gyarados lives in the Western Mine. I hear he keeps a talking lion. Really? Oh, it's Cody! Well, I am tempted to go and fight the mermaid again with a fur coat and fight the fire guy again with a loincloth. Oh yeah, that would be nice too. And I waltzed right past it. I appreciate you, chat, for not telling me that I missed this in all seriousness, because stuff like that happens, and that's what first playthroughs are for. Doggy, doggy. Wow, that's not a dog. All right, let's see. We got a Holy Cane. What does he have equipped? I think he has a Holy Cane equipped. No, he has a Power Cane equipped. Yeah, let's do that. We got 2 blades, spears, a Vulcan gun. Dang. Okay, blades and spears. Blade is 16 power. Spear is 18 power. So we're going with spears. It is more expensive, so that would have been the giveaway, but you know, you want to check stuff like that. Just be on the safe side. Oh no, I accidentally bought 3 spears. Oh well. We have all the money we could ever want. At least once in my life, this has happened. All the money I could ever want. Holy cane. Oh no, it sucks. Oh, I think I remember that. Oh well. Let's go ahead and sell those off. You know what? Limited inventories. Not a huge fan. You got to be a little more careful about stuff like that. Get clapped. Ray the Acutalion. List special effects. It does. I didn't glance. So, special effects for Blade is critical hit will rise. Special effect for Spear is nothing. So, yeah, that's not a huge difference for now. But I did spot the fur coat had the snowstorm resistant effect, so that's how I saw that. It was nice and warm here. Then Gyarados came, and it's been snowing ever since. But the bed in this house is warm, so rest if you are tired. Thank you. Thank you. It's too cold to work. What can I do? What can you do? If it's too cold to work, it's too cold to work. Alright, let me Julian out of here. So we can go over to Bonsley. Go dog. Gyarados. Exactly. Impossible not to think of it. Prepping for a playthrough of Gen 1 Armored Core. Nice. That was on PS1, right? The first Armored Core? I've not played it. Okay, and we're gonna go Bonsley. Yeah, right. I actually moved here to Texas from another state just after that happened, like a couple months after. So people are telling me things like their trucks froze to the driveway and things like that craziness. Whoa, we don't got that kind of money here. Do you not share money with between the two parties? I guess you don't, because why would you? Right? Yeah, it's only on this party. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, well. Worse things could happen. Yeah, there's a loincloth. I'm glad I didn't sell that. Bad's dog curse. That would be pretty bad if everybody turned into a dog. Oh, is that what dogs sound like? How's it going, Jiggly Saint? Armored Core 1, you basically have to suck and die on a few in the beginning in order to get access to some of the best stuff in the game. Nice. Well, they just assumed. They're like, people are gonna die here. Armored core, those are pretty. Those can be pretty tough. Okay, I do want the fur coat. We do want the leather armor. We do want 2 long boots. Let's see. I already forgot what we got. Ugh. You know what? I'm gonna try it with a loincloth. Why is the loincloth? The loincloth is that good? What? How? How? Will somebody please explain to me what kind of a world we live in? Where a loincloth takes all my defense? Fur coat. And long boots. There we go. Okay, I don't want the wood shoes anymore. That's ridiculous. The loincloth. You pass items between teams. So that was a question I had earlier. Apparently there's like a bank later on or something like that. Bro, in Breath of Fire 3, a loincloth gives you auto-revive. Yeah, but that's Breath of Fire 3. You can get away with that. Secret of the Stars I expected to be a little more cut and dry. Honestly, who isn't obsessed with loincloths? I mean, let's all come clean here. Well, then I don't really need the leather armor, I guess. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Next. I couldn't tell you. I don't have a brain for remembering those kinds of details. Okay, weapon shop. We got blade, spear, Vulcan gun. Oh, he can use Vulcan gun? Ray can? Vulcan gun, 19. And he's the only character that can use it, I guess. So we are going to go with the gun. Anytime they let you use a gun in an RPG, you got to go for that. Neat. Was the Vulcan gun was 19, the blade was 16, spear was 18. So yeah, this is pretty strong here. Derby. Oh, I do need to buy him an angle hat. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I think. Oh, Tina, I almost forgot to buy you something. As far as weapons go, let's see. She could use the Holy Cane. Holy Cane, Batman. Let's go here. Oh, she already had one. Oh, well. Bwamp, bwamp, bwamp. I don't know. That's armor shop here. Yes. And I will take one angle hat, please. Thank you. There we go. Attaboy. All right. Let us go to the warm and luxurious town of... we'll go to the Bee Gees first. Manly clothes. But it's loincloth. How's it going to Party Rooster? How the heck are ya? Welcome to the stream. As you can see, we are playing more Secret of the Stars here. Ooh, loincloth region? Dang. I scrolled up and my eye is locked on the It's, you know, when in doubt, loincloth. I only put on the loincloth just now. So, okay, let's see. I'll just load up on bread. We're back. Looks like that's Hey, I don't know if this is gonna last. Looks like no. Might have to call it for the whole stream. It, yeah, we may have some intermittent drops, I think. I think what I'll do is I'll try the shrine fights. And, yeah, if that doesn't... If it starts dropping too much, I'm just going to end the stream. But for now, it's back, so we'll try that. Out of the way, boss. There we go. For those of you just joining, we did have a long power outage here this morning, so gotta be careful about that. But thank goodness I saved too. So yeah, internet being kind of spotty. I think if it gets that bad again, I'll just call it for the day. But for now, we're gonna go take a crack at the shrine boss. Now that we got our trusty loincloth. Right? That makes sense to me, Big Joe. Honestly, my streaming experience has been pretty scuffy. There's usually something decides not to work. Could be OBS, could be the internet, could be Twitch, could be my headphones exploding on my ears. Who knows? That's tough. It's tough to get this stuff going. Okay, here we go. Now, I do want to slow this fight down and take a look and see what's happening rather than rush through it. This is a cool fight, though. It's just hard. Okay. Don't have a whole lot that's going to help us. We do have a heal. So I guess we'll save everything for that. And just hammer away. So that's 19 HP. Oh, cool! Oh, I did 1 damage. So yeah, nice. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work out, y'all. 1 damage. Woo! Sweet. Hey, we can get sharps in for 4. There's that. It's too bad the loincloth doesn't absorb fire. I mean, that would be legit. At least his gun looks cool. It's neat. It's neat that the sound effects are as good as they are. But yeah, I'm guessing this is not our time to shine. All right. Let's go try the mermaid fight. Let's go to the depot. I guess we could just walk there from here. I don't know. I don't think there's anything. Whap him with your loincloth. See, that'll defeat anything. Plus, it's a fire, too. You keep, like, hitting it with your clothes and smother it out, you know? You could smother that fire out with your loincloth. That would have been how I would have tackled that battle. Yeah, you know, you're right. A water gun. A water gun might have sufficed. Oh, you know what I could do? Could slap this on there. So many of these sound effects sound like Mega Man X to me. We did grind a bit here and there. Oh, you're listening. Okay, so he is currently level 16, so nothing spectacular. But yeah, level 16 decked out with stuff from Bonsley. And first playthrough, so I have no idea what level you're supposed to be at different stages in the game. This is where we're at now. I guess I will try that again when around maybe level 20. And we'll take a crack at it. But let's see about the water fight. I did put the fur coat on, right? Let me see. Yeah, we got this. We got the fur coat. We're all fur coated. Now this one we're gonna use slow. See if we can't get this taken care of here. I wish I had slow too. Snowstorm. Hey, that's only 9 damage on a snowstorm. So that's cool. That seems significantly reduced. So it's like the mermaid's physical attack is where it really starts hurting. Oh, nice. That was all. Okay, let me get, because we've been reduced a couple times here, so let me get a fast in. No! Only me using fast. Only me. Now, how many slows are we thinking about are going to need to be casted here? They are cumulative, apparently, and, oof. And, we've used it maybe half a dozen times, a little more than half a dozen. Something like that. Oh, that's it. Let me try that again. She did get hit pretty hard. All right, Tina, you got this. She just got lucky. Let me see here. Let me see if I can get some stats on this enemy real quick. Uh-oh, we got the X and the D. You know what that means. Let's see. We're going to go enemies. Mermaid has got a lot of MP. Wow. I was worried that was her health. 310 HP. Okay. And for defense, he's got 98, it looks like. That's one use. I'm going to be counting slows this time. Oh, it might just be taking the L right here if we get another. Oh, she used fast on herself. All right. Use the bread. The bread is life. Okay, what is that? 3?